Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Mike Walker, and some of you may have noticed 2 or 3 weeks ago at the start of the lockdown I uploaded 37 videos, and you thought, wow, that's a lot of videos to upload all at once. But I found these on a hard drive, you know, being at home and wondering what to do, looking through old hard drives, and I saw these from 10 years ago, and I thought it'd be nice to just put them all out again because nobody's seen them for 10 years. In fact, some of the pieces on there nobody's seen at all. So I put the 37 interviews up onto a playlist on my channel called A Little Bit of Ireland, which was the name of the show. And the show was the idea of Richard O'Brien from the O'Brien Media Group, and he had this idea of putting out an Irish chat show, and it went out on rural TV, sort of a free-to-air channel, and it went out on Freesat and Sky Showcase. And we had 37 guests. It was quite well received, and I just thought maybe people might like to see them again, and also those that watch my channel might be interested to see how it was filmed, how we captured the audio, and how we captured the pictures. Because this is such a lot to get through in one episode, and I don't want it to be too long, I'm going to split it into 3 or possibly 4 episodes. We'll see how it goes. But this one will be about the studio, the set, the lighting. So we'll talk about the lighting, what lights I used, how I placed them, etc. And then episode 2 will go on to audio, how I recorded the guests and the presenter, bearing in mind I had no sound engineer, and I had up to 3 microphones, possibly 4 I think on one occasion. But I had to get all those mics mixed and into the camera. I'll show you how I did that. And also we'll talk a little bit about the scheduling, the filming. We'd got an hour show to produce, we'd got so many guests, we'd got some musical interludes, we'd got 3 advertising breaks of 3 minutes each, all to work out, and you've got to have some sort of a plan to get it all to work together. I'll show you how I did that. And finally, a general look at the way the show was edited, how I edited the show with the ad breaks, the chat and the music and the titles and everything else. The studio was a small office space in Brighouse, bottom of Bradford Road there. I think it was £20 a week it cost. And we just kitted it out with the set, which was like a 2-piece suite, a sofa, a double sofa and a single chair with a coffee table in the middle on a rug, with a TV table and a TV on top and 2 loudspeakers with lamps on. We blacked out the windows, put boards up, painted the walls red, and that was it. Can't you say anything?
I thought you,
okay, we can pick it up.
Can you pick that up?
Yeah, we'll pick it up.
Right. So we'll just go for a take now then, and we're off.
Yeah, you can go into it as when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Michael, Philomena, welcome.
The whole set was lit using just 5 lights. I had 3 Dedolights. Dedolights, brilliant lights, designed by a German cameraman, or a lighting cameraman. He designed the lights, and you could focus the lights, you could increase the size of the beam, and they were perfect for backlights, which is what I used them for on this set. So I had 1 backlight for the presenter, I had another backlight for the guest, and if it was 2 guests then I'd widen the beam so it covered the whole of the back of the settee. And the other one I used as an effect light for creating patterns like the one you've got there behind me on the wall with the Venetian blinds. The key light at the front was a Kino Flow Diva 400 light. Some of you may remember that light. It was a very popular light in studios in those days, in 2010. It's been replaced now by LED lighting, of course, but in those days most lighting, in fact fluorescent, was quite new. But this Kino 400 Diva light was very prominent in the TV studio world, and I didn't own one, but I hired one in. I used that for a few episodes, and then I eventually bought a FloLight, which is similar to a Diva 400, a little bit cheaper because I couldn't afford one of those. And it was great. It used the same tubes as the Kino Flow, and the light quality was just as good. And I also had a small fluorescent tube light, just had 2 tubes in it as opposed to the 4 from the Diva 400, and I just used that to fill the guest on the guest side, shadows and things, and that was it really. That's all the lighting that I used on set. Once I'd experimented and got the levels right with the Kino Flow, which had to be on 100 because it was covering a big area. I should have had 2 really, but I managed with 1, and it looked fine.
Hello, I'm Ali Hart.
This is the Christmas set on episode 8, and you can see the lighting stand over on the left there for the FloLight, and that's the main key light lighting the whole set. The only other light here is the backlight, and you can see how it lights Marianne's hair and the top of the cushions and Ali's hat, etc. These are the lights I used as backlights for the guest and for the presenter, and I've owned these lights since 2008. I've still got them, still use them. They're absolutely fantastic. I bought a kit of 3, and they were called then the Portable Studio by the owner of the business, which was Dedolights, a German cameraman who won several awards for his design of these lights. And if you Google it, you'll see what a prestigious company Dedolights is. And they're 150 watt 24 volt tungsten lights. The Fresnel lights with dimmers, barn doors, come with everything if you buy the kit. This is the dimmer section, and there's just 2 controls, well 3 controls including the power. And if I turn them on now, we're seeing full power from the light. This switch at the top gives you a 3-way switch for the top power, which is 3400 Kelvin, and then you can drop it down to 3.2, and then the bottom switch is the dimmable part where you can use a slider to control absolutely the amount of light you need. If I just turn it up now, I can just show you how you can focus the beam. There's a little knob on the side of the light here, and pull it back and we can focus that beam to about that size, and that is amazing to see. We are probably 12 feet away from that back wall, and we can concentrate that light at such a size. That's without the barn doors. Let me show you the barn doors. These are the barn doors. Everything slots on the front. There's actually 2 slots. So the front slot you've got say for a filter. If you want to cool the temperature down with a daylight filter, these are supplied, and you would just drop that in there, and you can see how that changes from, that's probably taken that light up to maybe 4500 from 3200. So you've got those accessories. Obviously LED lights, we're spoilt now because we just turn a dial and dial it in. In these days we used to have to use filters, but the studio at a little bit of Ireland was all tungsten lighting, so everything was 3200. The cameras were set to 3200, and the lights were all set to 3200. So the barn doors, let me show you those. They just slot in the front there. You could actually pinpoint something on the set there, and you could just highlight that particular thing. It could be something on the set that you want to just highlight, or some artistic thing that you want to do, and you can dim the accent, and that's just with the barn doors. Now you could go a lot further than that with the projection attachment, which is this thing here, and this is called a DP1, and you can buy this as an accessory. It doesn't come with the kits, but you can buy it with it as an accessory. I bought one because I thought I did a lot of interviews in those days, and I just used to go around interviewing people and using this for backgrounds. So I would put this on the front of the light like that. You can still use the filters because there's another slot behind that one, and you can still put your filters in. But then you can put gobos, and you can buy these gobos which come in varying types. These are like a Venetian blind effect, and they simply pop in to the light. These can be focused using the lens at the front. We just slacken that off, and we can focus that light so it's smack in focus, or usually you would have it out of focus like that, like a natural light coming through a window or whatever. But there's lots of other accessories you can get. You can get coloured filters which drop into the same place, and they give you these different sprays of light, and you can focus them, defocus them, and you get some amazing looking backgrounds, different colours. I'll put the link below for the Dedolights website, and you can see the different attachments you can get. Yeah, I use 3 of these on a little bit of island. One behind the presenter, one behind the guest couch, and one with the projection attachment, which I used on the back wall just above the TV, just to give that look as though there was a window open and light was coming through it. This is the light I use as a key light on the show. It's a FloLight FL220, and it's very, very similar to the Kino Flo Diva 400 light, which I started off hiring. But after a few episodes I thought, well, I'll buy my own light, and I got this one. Very, very similar in performance, in terms of it's got 4 55-watt tungsten tubes in it, and they matched up really well with the Dedolights because they were also tungsten tubes, 3200. So all the cameras were set at 3200 Kelvin and all the lights were set at 3200 Kelvin, so it looked fantastic. The beam angle on this, or shall we say the spread of the light, is probably comfortably about 15 feet. The set was only about, I don't know, 11, 10 feet, 12 feet maximum wide. So it just about covered the set perfectly. It's a dimmable light, so you can turn the power up. I believe I had it on at full power from where it was. It was quite high up, looking down at about 45 degrees. And that was enough to give me the spread of light from edge to edge on the set, about 12 feet wide. As I said before, it probably would have been better to have 2 of these at a lower level spread across the set than one, but it worked out pretty good, and it looked nice to just have the one there. It did cover the area, so it was fine. The light is dimmable, comes with remote control, also comes with like a soft cover as well. It's got the barn doors so you can control the light, and they're still available today, I believe, on the website. There's a FloLight website which is still there. They're priced at $469 on their website. So I'll put a link in the description below, and if you want to have a look, you can have a look at that.
Just a wee teaser for you. We changed something on the set just before I came in, and if you can see what it is, you write in, and I'll autograph the next album for you that's coming out in March, and we'll see if you can. If you're really, really good at the old Sherlock Holmes, you'll see what's different.
Well done.
Okay, well that's it for this episode. There could be another 3 in this series. It just depends how it goes time-wise. The next one's definitely going to be audio, and a little bit about how the show is scheduled. And then the 3rd one will be the cameras and editing. Now I don't know whether the editing one's going to be a separate video or not. We'll just see how long it takes. I don't want them to be too long, so we'll see how it goes. But thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with us. I hope you've learned something. I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the subs I seem to be getting at the moment, which I'm really happy about. And I'll catch you in the next one.